Hello everybody and welcome to week 44. Week 44's week in review of teaching myself how to draw here on this channel. As usual, we'll start with my figures. What I wanted to mention this week is there were a few days, I can't remember which ones in particular, where I feel like I was kind of drawing on autopilot. This one's nice. Where I wasn't really focused. I was kind of, talking to the chat or whatever, or I was thinking about something or whatever. And I was just kind of drawing on autopilot. I can't remember which days it was. I wish I did. Today was one of them, to be honest. I was kind of on autopilot for the second half of the day, but it was one of the ones in the middle of the week where everything turned out pretty nice, which is kind of cool because I've also mentioned before that I think drawing, taking my time and drawing really slowly doesn't tend to give me better results. It's not like proportional, like if I take my time and really try and draw slowly, it turns out better. I don't think that's true. Sometimes I think my 90-second poses are the nicest looking ones, probably because I'm using more like gesture and stuff, so they fit more naturally. Possibly, I don't know, but maybe not, because some of these longer ones, there's still some like that smoothness to them, right? Like the whole linking of different parts that you kind of try to do with gesture. I think it was this day, to be honest, where I was on autopilot. I don't remember. It was one of the middle days in the week. And so I'm trying to think like that's because I always mention how I don't really see a lot of improvement in my own stuff unless I look, 3 months in the past. It's hard to notice improvement day by day, but if I'm able to like draw nice figures just while chatting, we're talking about like N64 games and stuff today, I think that's pretty cool. That's like proof that I'm really like learning this stuff. I'm not just copying, I've brought it into my brain. If that makes sense, I really like these 90 seconds. I wish I could finish them. I don't know, they have like some of them have like a cool, nice flow to them. Not all of them, right? And even some of the 3 minutes where I have trouble finishing them. I think 3 minutes are my favorite. But anyway, this is me just rambling now. This is today's. I feel like I was on autopilot for probably like maybe this half. We were just chatting. And, not too bad. So it's cool. It's nice to, I don't really focus too much on improving. I just focus on drawing every day, putting in the time. And it's just cool to know that I'm not like totally stagnating, I'm just getting a little better day by day, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, let's look at what I practiced this week. Da-dum! So the first thing was shoes. Because last week I drew something that shoes were like not even a main focus at all, but it was basically the only thing where I was stuck. The rest of the drawing came together kind of smoothly. I still had a lot of difficulty with a lot of parts of it, but the shoes in particular, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So I took a day to I grabbed some reference of a bunch of different kinds of shoes, mainly like high heels, sneakers, and then these kind of like, I don't know what they're called, loafers? Like dress shoes kind of thing, and some like boots and stuff. And I was just trying to figure out how to approach drawing shoes. And what I learned is that there's kind of, maybe not every shoe, but most shoes, there's a similar pattern. There's obviously like the soles, like the bottom of the shoe, but then there's also something along the top that kind of goes like this and like kind of wraps around. And so for like these shoes, it's basically just a complete oval like this. For heels, it kind of goes like this, right? There's kind of like the top opening and the bottom of the shoe, the sole. And if you kind of dissect the shoes while keeping those things in mind, it kind of helps, at least it helped me, kind of figure out how to construct these shoes. You know what I mean? So I've got like this back part here, this line, and this is basically just this, and it goes all the way forward. to like the front here. It's basically the same as this, but it's just a little more squished. So with a heel, it's coming up here, right? This kind of top thing here. And with sneakers, this comes up and kind of wraps around and then goes down. So there's kind of a similar way that you can kind of morph shoes around that I discovered this day, which is pretty cool. It's still really difficult. I need to practice like the proportions and how big this opening should be versus this part, you know, I don't really know. Some of these look really cool though. These were all, I think they were all drawn from reference. Maybe like one or two weren't. I can't remember which ones were and which ones weren't, so. But yeah, that was fun. And so for the next drawing, I wanted to include shoes in them, in the next drawing. So I started this one. This is the rough sketch. This took me, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Yeah. Spent 5 days working on this. And so I wanted to have shoes, not as like a main feature, but I wanted to make sure I was drawing shoes, right? So, I had the idea, the prompt was sunshine. So I had the idea of somebody sitting, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do fan art or whatever. And I wound up doing, I always forget the anime. Kitagawa Marine from, what is it called? Dress Up Darling? Yeah. It doesn't really look like her, but eventually it will, so just bear with me. But like I said, I wanted to include the shoes, right? So I'm kind of taking what I learned. And I wanted one foot to be up. I think I changed this foot. So this foot is kind of like resting on its heel. It's hard to see because I'm not very good at that sort of thing, but the idea was sitting kind of like waiting in like a park or something. And then on like a really hot day, holding a water bottle to her neck to kind of cool down while waiting for somebody or something. So here's the next day. I just added a bit of color. It's slowly looking more and more like her, right? And then I wanted to have like shadows on the ground, like cast from a tree, you know? Which I think is really fun of an idea. I don't really know how to do it though. It's my first time trying something like that. So here's the next day. This is kind of the main idea, at least. But I could have ended it here. Like, this is more or less done, I guess, right? But I wanted to clean it up a little more. I had one more day. So I spent, this tree looks really lame, hey? I like this stuff. It's a little lame, but doing this, this floor was really fun. Just as a random aside. So here's the last day. I went really overboard with the lighting. It's a little too much, but it was really fun. And like my shadows are all kind of dead now, right? I did too much, I think, but it was cool. I wanted to make it look like a hot day, and I couldn't figure out really how to do that aside from adding a bunch of light. So that's what I did, and this is the final version. So yeah, the prompt was sunshine. I wanted to do show like the effects of sunshine in a different way, you know? So it's like a really hot day, waiting in the shade kind of thing. So this was fun. I like the idea. Maybe I want to revisit something like this in the future, because I don't really know how to draw shadows cast by trees and like leaves and stuff. I was just basically improvising, like you could see on this previous day. I don't really know. Some of these edges are too sharp, right? So I wound up softening a lot of them the next day. I don't know. It was really fun. So yeah, I'm happy with it. Here's the final version again. And there you go. So that's what I did this week. This is, what is it, week 44? Good lord. Getting closer to 1 year, eh? So actually, yeah, it's how many weeks is in a year? 52, right? So less than 10 more weeks. Getting close. Whew. So yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I'll be back next week with another week in review until the end of the year at least. So yeah, thanks again, and I'll catch you next time. Goodbye. Cut.